And I asked Cliff, hey, let's do a roast, and I need some photos because, you know, you guys aren't Justin Bieber and Shaq and all those people, and nobody knows who you really are. So I asked Cliff to send me some photos. How many guys do you know that have partially naked men in their phone? Many?
A lot.
Cliff does.
Most of the men in here probably do.
Right. So the one thing I uncovered is I've heard the stories that everybody thinks Cliff embezzles the money into his house and his farm and his wife's fake boobs and all that stuff. But what you guys don't realize, heavy pride in this organization. And I don't mean pride as a confidence, I mean pride as an LGBTQ. So, we think of softball, what do we think, like the Johnny and Tommy back there with their arms around each other, mafia group. We think of a men's organization. So, real softball, men's groups, what's their names? Ball of Duty, Game of Thrones, Triple Plays, right? Maybe some bar names. Women's, Fast and the Furious Star Pictures. Oh no, hold on. Wonder Woman. Good girl, wholesome names for teams. But not One Nation. We got Thundercocks. Holes and Holes. These Nuts. Yeah. You guys have a 10-year-old saying, hey, Dad, who do you play for? These Nuts. And women. Now, I'm a big fan of the lesbian, but Angry Beavers and Hairy Muffs. Ow. Some of the girls' teams, I'm sure there's a Poon Lickers in there somewhere, too. So that's part of what I uncovered, which got me to believe in that this organization. Pride. Next, please. What do we have going on here? You want to go first? You and I married 3 white women. Now listen, House and I are the same age. I have never posed with a shoulder dip on my shirt. Ever.
He's like, what?
Hey, give us a hey! I'm sure if we heard Bob speak, we can hear a little fag in him somewhere.
We're really.
I don't even know what to do with Joe Posiak. Who poses on a bed with another man?
Joe.
Who does that?
Joe.
I was in my underwear too, by the way.
He's coming out of the corn. We know what corn's shaped like, don't we?
Yep.
Look at him and this guy with their shirt. Chuck, they got their shirts off. More pride. Now, I know the table back there is having a hard time because we don't do this in Italy, do we, folks? Who shares a donut with another man? Who does that?
I hope that's a donut next door, not what I think it is.
I know you're a policeman also, but come on, Joe. I mean,
Belgian waffle, let's get it straight.
Joe and his donuts, look at you, and that's a powdered donut. Do you think they licked it off each other's face?
No. Damn you, Jumbo.
As I was rehearsing for this, I'm like, these guys are soft homosexuals. Now we got Rick Burke. Rick Burke does not know what cock to pick. Look at him with Cliff right there. You can see he's looking down. And what men go forward in towards each other when they're doing a picture? Now Todd, I'm afraid of. He's the bulldog of the group. I don't have anything to say about Todd, so you can see this. But Rick, you got to pick a cock for us. I can't do this anymore with you. Yeah, all right. I know he's going to pick Billy. Hey, look at Billy. Now, I always thought Billy was a good fuck fuck boy myself. I thought for sure he got the ladies, but clearly sucking on that straw, he knows how to work a straw. And Adrian will tell us,
You're welcome.
with that good set of DSLs she has,
Yeah, buddy.
that's how we know she got the director job. You know, dick sucking lips right there.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So look at this table of girls she's with. What's going on with this right here with the pants? Man, I saw you walk in, I was like, thank God I'm bigger than that guy. And my spouse is sitting there too, so look at her lips.
She's like, shut up, Steve. She's gonna
Now-
punch you later.
The part that really got me excited was, look at this girl with a rifle. That's a fucking strong lesbian right there. I don't know who she is, but man, she could come over to my house any day. I love lesbians. And the Beavers, well, I don't know what to say about Beavers, but I'm sure they're a great team. So let's have our leaders all stand up. Rick, Todd, please stand up. You just have to humor me with this, all right? Cliff, Joe. Come on, Joe, you guys stand up. Bounce. Where's Chuck at? Chuck, come on.
Come on, Jumbo.
You get in there.
He's
Come
on
on,
the
you're in the
foul.
leader ground. Come on.
Huh?
I called up.
Tom?
Tom is standing. You just can't see
Tom?
him.
Where's Tom at?
Little guy.
He's standing, believe it or not.
Hey, Tommy, I see
You
you.
might want to sit down for this one. Now, what do we notice about these men? Boy, none of them have missed a meal, I'll tell you that. Can you imagine going to a buffet with them? When they walk into the buffet, server runs in the back, party at 20.
The ones that think extra hard are bald.
Just look at them. That's a lot of tonnage there, fellas. That's good softball right there. So let's take some of that and work it instead of that homosexuality, all right? Good. Can we just stare at that for a minute?
So good.
Now, I was out with Rick in Arizona, and he wore a long sleeve shirt to Arizona in September. You know how hot it was?
He's an albino, he burns.
It was 100 degrees. And every time I'm looking at him, he says to me, he goes, you know, Steve, you're starting to grow on me. I'm like, God, is he gay? And I just couldn't, who does he look like? I don't know if many of you remember Jiminy Cricket. Look at him for a little bit. You'll get it. And Rick, doesn't Rick always say nice stuff like Jiminy Cricket used to?
No.
Full of information, telling us all good stuff, making us feel good, always has something good to say. Now the man of the hour. President of the company, the Big Cheese.
Big Daddy.
He started out his early days. I didn't know you grew up in England. Look at this, look at that. Like a nice little English chap. Look at you there. And then he grew into a soft, I don't know if that's partly gay with that chin right there. But then something happened and he turned into a real man. Look at that right there. That's got macho written all over him, isn't it? You guys can laugh at him, it's all right. We're allowed to. Todd says so, right? Yes, you can laugh, yes. Because you know Todd's the boss. And then he married his gal. He was so proud. Look at him. So look how direct he is right there. And look at the abs he used to have down there. And then he fell in love with Diet Coke. And it all fell apart. Look at him right there. And then look, him and Joe, they got this affinity for each other. Who poses with a man and puts their arm on their shoulder? Who does that? And then what are you two doing right here? This is early signs of a blowjob right here. And then there are times when Cliff thinks he's Tony Soprano, guys. How we doing back here? We all right? Yeah, how you doing? I saw you with your arm around Johnny over here. I know, and the big guy, you got the enforcer there. Don't worry, pal, I'm not afraid. And then look at Cliff. He's at a wedding. It's 150 degrees outside. He's got his shades on. He's standing there. He's ready to pass out. And then he and Rick. That's why you got the big bar tab. That's why you got hit with the bar tab. Look at you right there. You own the place. Right by the bar. That's why you got hit for the $10,000 bar tab. Well, I hope we had a nice time roasting. I know you were all afraid to laugh because it's Cliff. But you gotta let it go sometimes. And remember, all your money goes to a Pride Foundation. Just remember that. I thank you for your time. My name